Okay, so ever since Waves announced that they're going full on subscription, the whole internet and producer community has been ablaze speaking about this whole conversation. And I previously made a video just a few days ago sharing my thoughts on the whole situation, and a lot of other creators shared their opinions as well. And I checked out some other people's opinions, and I respect everyone's opinion, and I think you should also find out what other people are saying. And I would also love to know what you think about this whole subscriptions, that where all these software companies and plugin companies are going. But everything was more leaning to the side of people are not really a fan of this. For me personally, especially when it comes to Waves, I was really not a really big fan of the move that they did with Waves and the way they rolled out this whole subscription model of theirs. And everyone had so much to say. And one thing that I did afterwards, just after the whole situation unfolded, I was just thinking, like, why are all these companies moving into this subscription-based model of plugins? You know, I've just been wondering, like, why are all of these companies moving to this same model? What could be the reason? Because when it comes to these companies, when they make these decisions, they really don't tell us why they make these decisions. So it's up to us to kind of think about, okay, why could it be? So you let me know down below if you have a reason as towards why you think. But for me personally, I think I might have a reason that I think could be the reason why most of these companies are moving to a subscription-based model when it comes to plugins and even other softwares as well, like even DAWs and even the software that we used to make music. They are now turning to a more subscription-based where you pay every month, like a Netflix, like a Disney Plus. I do have a theory, and I'm not sure if this theory does hold up, but for me, it's the only theory that kind of makes sense. Although other people have been saying that, okay, it's just a money grab, it's just for them to kind of cash grab and trying to make more money, it's them trying to, have us pay more money in the long term as lifetime users of, their software and their plugins. But for me personally, what I'm thinking is, I think they're doing this to combat or do something about piracy. And I know piracy is a really touchy subject, and I'm not here to be the moral police of piracy in this video, because that is not why I'm making this video per se. I'm just talking about why I think companies are going on a subscription model. Okay, so piracy, the whole morality of piracy in its own is a whole other conversation that I'm not ready to have in this whole video. But I think no matter where you stand when it comes to piracy, I think these companies, they are doing these subscription-based models to combat piracy, because one thing I know is that as long as you have to be signed in, and if something is a subscription based, I think it's going to be hard to pirate those plugins. That's the only reason I'm thinking why they could go in such a direction and take such of a risk, because I don't think they're that oblivious to how people feel about subscription models. I'm sure they know how people feel about it, but I think they're trying to combat piracy, because we all know Waves is heavily pirated. Like a lot of other softwares are heavily pirated, you understand? So they have to find ways to combat it and discourage it. And I think this is a move to kind of discourage and combat piracy when it comes to the online space and producers using their plugins without actually, spending money and things like that. But you let me know if I'm off here, but I think that's the main reason. Unlike gear companies where there is no way to pirate their gear and get it for free other than buying it, unless if maybe you're stealing it, I think software companies are resorting to the subscription model because of piracy. So you let me know down below what you think, if I am onto something here, but I think it's to combat piracy. That's the biggest reason I can think about right now, because if we really look at it, a lot of people cannot afford plugins, and some people, will just do what they have to do just to get plugins, because some of these plugins, they cost a lot, and some of these companies, sometimes they don't always make these plugins really cheap. So a lot of people end up resorting to pirating the plugins. And again, I'm not gonna sit here and judge anyone that pirates. I'm not the moral police for anybody, but it's just me talking about this after a while of thinking about all these companies and these kinds of move that they are taking towards the subscription-based model as to why it is. Because at first I thought that, maybe it's because they're trying to secure like a lifetime customer the best they can to make sure that, if you're going to be a customer of their company, they secure your money for a lifetime. But then I thought, I don't think so though. I try to think of the problems as a software company you might have, and piracy is top, because piracy, it makes companies like Waves lose money because people are using their software without paying Waves. This is exactly what I think. This is an open conversation, so obviously I would love to know your thoughts down below. Make sure to be nice and be cordial down below and let me know what you think. If you have other reasons that you have come up with that you think maybe why companies are going this direction and going to subscription models, let me know down below. Maybe you might have a more convincing theory as to why this is happening. But for me personally, right now, as I'm sitting right now, I'm thinking it's to do with piracy. It's their way of trying to curb piracy. But I can't wait to read your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I think this is a conversation that we need to have as producers to kind of figure out what's really going on, and let's just have a conversation down below. But anyways, I'll see you in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to like and also subscribe. And if you have any other topic you want me to talk about, make sure to drop it in the comments down below. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.